There we go. There we go. Yeah. So, how come I have this extra bit of graininess in my video? Hang on. And the magic of, hey, there we go. All right, so that's much better. So this is this is going to be a little bit of a lengthy video, but I don't want it to be too long. But there's a lot to unpack here. So one, we're looking at yesterday, day before yesterday, right, where we're looking at the B betas. So the B betas on the prior day, it did, really well, or it did well enough, right? So the B beta, it pushed up, B beta pushed up, and then toward the end of the day, there was news right around here or so. B beta, it failed there, and then I saw that yesterday, all the B betas failed. B beta failed. It was only 2, but they both failed yesterday, and there was a lot of news yesterday. So I said, you know what? I need to pay more attention to what's going on these news days. And I do pay some attention to them, but like when I look back on the chart, like when I record what's going on with the chart, and then I look back at the chart and I say, this this particular move broke through the 200 EMA. It might have broke through a support level, and then it rested here at some final level. Well, why did it break through so many levels? I don't know, but the volume did this, and now I'm trying to come up with these. I'm trying to come up with programs and code to respect this level, which technically this level was appropriate, and it just didn't respect it because we had news coming here, right? So if you see that candle there is a different colored candle just because it's a news candle. So that's what I worked on here today. It took me all day. And some of it was just me fudging around, but the other part of it was just trying to come up with the best program to make it work. So like I said, I'll just kind of go over that with you here. I won't say real quickly because it won't be real quickly, but I'll try to make it as succinct as possible. And then today, our B betas, I think we had 2, and today they both worked. So there's B beta at the first of the day, and it took off, and then B beta to the end of the day, and then we had a nice move up, didn't come back and break below that. Not only do we have these B betas here, but even here, we got a signal to scalp short. So toward the end of the day here, we got the signal to scalp short. You could have took that move to there. So our scalp shorts are working, our B betas are working. I do have these on the Discord. The B betas, I don't know if I can show you without showing you everything. So I hadn't figured that part out to just kind of show you what's going on with the Discord while I'm on the live, but maybe I'll work through that here in a little bit. But let's see. I'll tell you what, I can do a screenshot of the Discord, and yeah, I'll do that. Do a screenshot of the Discord, and then all right. All right, let me get to it. Oh, too much. Let's see here. We can get to the gallery now. And don't screenshots, and then there. All right, so that is the Discord screenshot of the Discord. Like I said, the B beta went off at 10:09, and then it also went off at 3:09. Right. So, like I said, that is going. I plan to add some of these other alerts as well, but like I said, I don't want them to be too frequent, and I certainly want them to be filtered and you know, well placed. Like I said, the 2-minute scalp short seemed to work pretty well today. I think in the past I've seen that the 1 minute worked fairly well, so I'm still not sure which one of those two needs to be the one that gets the alert sent. So until I have some clarity, I'm just going to sit on my hands with that. All right. The first thing I did today was I was looking at research an account. So I have this workspace set up so I can see some of the news events and that kind of thing, as well as what I did this morning was I worked on the RSS feed, and there is a RSS feed event handler, so you can get notifications if there's new RSS news events. But like TD Ameritrade, Schwab, Thinkorswim, it has a great news platform, and not so much with TradeStation. So the number of events that come through, the number of news events that come through, I'm just not impressed by it. But at any rate, I had set up a script that was supposed to read the news events, and I created that one this morning. And it's supposed to read the news events and send us and print out when we get a new news event. Then it would print what the summary of the news event was. So I have yet to see that work, but again, TradeStation really doesn't send enough news events to really be able to kind of test that real time and fast enough. So since I couldn't get news events to be thrown at me as they're coming, I say, you know what else can I do with news events? So one thing that's very important to me is when I'm looking back, so I'll do my chart analysis, or I do my studying at the end of the day, and I pull up the chart, and I want to see, when I pull up the chart, you see this candle is yellow? That's because this is a news event, right? Now, if this candle was not yellow, I wouldn't know that this was a news event. I might have to go and pull up Forex Factory as where I get my news events from, right? I have to go pull up Forex Factory and then say, hey, okay, on Friday at 8:30, 9:35, and 10 we had news. Now let me see, do any of those candles correspond? So there's a 10, there's the 8:30, okay, and there's the 9:35, right? So 8:30, 9:35, and 10. Those are all news candles, but I wouldn't know that just looking at the chart, right? So I want it to program in, as I'm looking at the chart, I want it to be able to see and be able to associate news event with a huge move, news event with a huge move, news event with a reversal, right? Makes sense, because otherwise you're just trying to do technical analysis and you're saying, yeah, well, it moved up to this prior day's low right here, and then it retraced, and then it moved up to that prior day low again, double top, retrace, came back down, did a double bottom, and then moved up. Well, yeah, maybe it's doing that, but also it's got a catalyst at this point. It's got a catalyst at this point. It's got a catalyst at this point to make it move. So that's also important. So I said, hey, Eric, how can you program these candles to the chart? How can you identify this? And so one way that you could do it is you could put a word there. You could put news event, right, to show up, and that's fine. But I want something that'll show up easily when I zoom out like that, right? So this works. I mean, I just did, plot a paint bar, and that works. Now I did it two ways, and this is the final result. So I'm gonna try to go over it with you, and like I say, it's just good practice for me. And then you can skip ahead. So I'm gonna show you this first part, and then you can skip ahead if you want to. All right, so the first part is that I use because I love Excel, I made a newsbook file, and then I was just gonna put everything in nice categories and put my ticker there, put my date here, and put my time here. I could put other information. I mean, Excel is very pretty, and you can do a lot of manipulation within it. Unfortunately, unless there's something that I'm missing out on, opening and closing Microsoft Excel multiple times, like I said, maybe there's a better way. But opening and closing, I'm still trying to think, is there a better way? If I open it at one time and then I'll think on it. I mean, I came up with a great solution, but I would love for it to be in Microsoft Excel. Like I said, that way I can do a lot more sorting and formatting and everything else. But you can make this look very pretty. It doesn't have to be very pretty. It just needs to work. So when I use Microsoft Excel, you have to use a workbook. I think you have to use several namespaces. .io is one of them. elsystem.office. Excel.office is one of them. But so you have to open the Microsoft Excel workbook, and then you have to look at all these individual cells. And then if the cell is the same, if the cell for the symbol is the same as the symbol on the chart, and the time is the same as the time, and the date is the same as the date, you got to do all these calculations. It takes a long time. So watch this. I'm gonna turn this off. This is news bar. I'm gonna turn it off. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn it back on. Turn it back on. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. What's going on? 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 6, 7, 8, 9, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. $80. 84. What was we at? 284? 280 seconds? What's that? What's 280 divided by 60? I don't know. Almost 5 minutes? No. No. Jesus. Yeah. No. Yes. Oh man, why am I so tapped right now? Yo, this is crazy. Yeah. Almost 5 minutes. Almost 5 minutes for this to show up. It's crazy. Now look, on another chart, so that's on that chart, but now so on the same 5 minute span, you see here I have another one. Now this one I changed the color, instead of like yellow and green or whatever, I did black and green. But now look, I turned this one off. I'll turn this one off. It's news bar. Turn it off. And now I turn it back on. Close it. 1/1000. Come on, man. Less than 1 second to process the same data. But on one of them, you have to pull it up on Microsoft Excel. On the other one, I have it stored as a text file, right? That's the difference. That's the difference. Opening the file, the formatting, the cells, all that is way different. Text file is just simple. That's why it's so simple. It's just a simple text file. Not a lot of formatting, no fancy prettiness, but it's fast. So who can wait 5 minutes for your chart to load up as opposed to 1 second? You know? So we're going to go over how to put this, plot this paint bar on the chart. So I've already wasted 5 minutes just sitting there letting that load. Do I really want to do this? I think I do. So let's do it. Let's just get into it. Like I said, I've already coded it, so hopefully this will go a lot quicker. Yes, that's something else I'm working on. I've got a couple ideas that I'm working on, so okay, I'm gonna close this one. Close this one. Close it. Close it. Okay. All right. So This is, so from Forex Factory, like I said, I just went in and then I just put it in for yesterday and today. So I'll need to kind of do these at the beginning of the week. I'm only really interested in the red candles and the orange, red folder and the orange folder. I can, the way that I have it set up, I can add the yellow folder if I want to, but it doesn't seem to have as much of an impact. So I'm just doing the red folders and the orange folders. So what I'll do is I'll go through it. I'll put the date, I'll put the time, and then I'll put if it's a red or orange folder. Plus I need to put what it's relevant to. Is it relevant to ES? Is it relevant to NQ? Is it relevant to a specific ticker? So I've got the ticker, I've got the date, and remember the date is going to be using the format of the year, month, day, and so the year is in reference to the number of years from 1900. So this is 124 years, is 2024. So 124.05.24 is May 24th. Comma, the time is going to be 8:30, and then I just put O for orange or R for red, and then I can go and do something with that later. So some of the basic syntax is going to look something like this. And again, this is practice for me. Like I said, I've already done it earlier today, but this is going to be practice for me. So let's do practice news bar, and hopefully I can get through it without too much trouble, and you know, I don't have to go back to my notes. Okay, so because we're using the we're going to be reading from a file, we're going to use a stream reader. Whereas when we were using Microsoft Excel, we need to open up the workbook. So we're using a stream reader. So in order to use a stream reader, we have to use elsystem.io. All I can think of is IO is using input output. I don't know. I think we need elsystem.collections because I believe that we use a dictionary. We either use a dictionary or a vector. Okay, all right, so we know that we need to do the stream writer, or the stream reader. So we're gonna stream reader, and we're gonna call it SR. Start it off as null, and then we got to remember how to bring stream reader into it. How to create the stream reader. So we need a few once statements. And one of them is going to be SR equals stream reader dot create. And then what are we going to put here? We're going to put the path name of the file. So the news file is this. Put the path name. I'm going to copy the path name. Paste it there. Okay. And then also for stream reader, I think that's it. For the Excel file, you do have to load it. For this one, you don't have to load it. Let's do end. Like I said, I'm sure I'll bump my way along here in just a second. Let's see. So once we open the stream reader, now we need to read the line. And once we read the line, we need to assign the red line to a token list. Token list is just going to take all the information and put it in just like a chain, if you will. I don't know. Okay, so while SR dot end of stream, while it's not the end of the stream, so while we are still reading the file, and we only want to read this file once. So we're going to do once while not at the end of the stream, begin and end. Okay, so what do we want to do with every line on the no, that's not the one. With every line on the file, what do we want to do? We want to read it, right? So we want to read it. So sr.read the token list. So TL dot add we will add, this will be a string. So this information will come through as a string. This will be a string, like letters and characters. This will be a string, letters and characters. It's not a number. This will be a string, letters and characters. This will be a string, letters and characters. So, and token lists will, will take a string. So we started off with the token list, so we need to add a token list, which will be token. We need tsdata.common, and then we can add our token list. TL. All right, so TL.add read line. Okay, so now we've just added the information to the token list. Before we add it though, let's just make sure that we don't have anything in the token list. So we're going to clear it. We're going to clear the token list, and then we'll add this string of information to the token list. And let's see, once we've added the information to the token list, now we want to add that to a dictionary with the key. Yes. So we need another one, which is a dictionary. Hang on. Okay, so we did add we need to start a new dictionary, so that's going to be also one of the once. And one of the things that we're going to do once, so new dictionary. And what are we going to have for the dictionary? What's going to be the key, and what's going to be what we plot. So the way I set it up is that we're going to use this as the value, and we're going to use this as what the key is. So the key is going to be TL. So what's in the so the token list is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 elements to it. So each one will have an index 0, 1, 2, 3. So the key is going to just be a smashed together string of the first 3 components. So TL of 0 plus TL of 1 plus TL of 2. And then what the value is going to be TL of 3. Now we can only do this, the way that token lists and everything work is that we should only be calling on TL of anything if we have that TL actually in the token list. So we have to say if TL, so the token list.count is greater than or equal to 4, because we have 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. If the token list.count is greater than or equal to 4, then begin. And then we can do this. We can add that. But if you try to add it without first confirming that you have something in the token list, it's going to say that your index is invalid. Okay, so now, we added the, we cleared it. We added the line to the token list. We took the information from the token list, added it to the dictionary with the value, ended that, and then that's it. So, and we do that once at the beginning of the chart, and then we can go ahead and close, make sure that we do close the file. Okay, and then, and we only need to do that once. Matter of fact, I can change that on my other chart because I think I probably have it multiple times. We only need to close the chart once. And now that we have all this information in our dictionary, we need to then look at each, as the chart is loading up, we want to look at each bar. We want to find the date of the bar, the time of the bar, and make sure that the symbol is right. Okay, so we're going to compare that against our dictionary key, date, time. So we're going to have a bar key, which is going to be a string. So bar key for each bar, it's got to run for every bar. Let's make sure that this isn't intra-tick. Yeah. Okay, so our bar key is going to be equal to smash together that key, right? Smash together is going to be symbol plus the date. And because this, and this hung me up a little bit earlier, because this is a number, we need to convert it to a string. So num to string, it's going to be the date, and then we're going to do the time. And that's also, the time is a num to string as well. Okay, so we have the symbol, date, time. That's all we really need, because that's all we have: symbol, date, time. Okay, and so now now we need to look in the dictionary and find that specific key. If dnews.contains bar key specific to that specific bar, then we're going to take the value of the bar key, which is going to be O or R, and we're going to use that to plot the specific color. So if it's O, then we're going to plot an orange. If it's R, then we're going to plot a red. Then begin. So if we do have the bar key, if we do have a news event on that specific bar, we won't have a news event on every bar, but if we do have it on that specific bar, then we want to do one of two things. We want to plot the paint bar either orange or red. So if the key, so we got the key, now we need the value. So the value is going to be O or R. So dnews dot items and so items is going to ask for the key. We put that. What is the key? The key is bar key. Okay, so if dnews.items of bar key is equal to O, then hang on, let me Okay. All right. So if the item's bar key is equal to O, then plot paint bar low to high. We'll make it so we want it to be orange, but I was having some issues with the colors earlier today. So what you would essentially do is you do using drawing, and then you can use the EL system for colors. So you'd say color dot using drawing. You should be able to let me do it with just color. Oh, EL system dot drawing. Okay, and then we can do color dot from name, and then we'll put orange. But like I said, the colors were off today, and I've seen them off before too, so we'll talk about that here in a minute. All right, so the other option would be that if the bar key is equal to R, then plot paint bar low to high. We said that we don't want it to be red because our candles are already red, right? So we want it to be black or yellow or something like that. So we'll make it yellow, and that's already a reserved word, so we don't need to do this this funny little thing here. If you see, black is a normal color, white is a reserved color, red is a reserved color, so is dark red. Okay, so we could have used dark red, but orange is not a reserved color. Why? I don't know, but it is what it is. All right, so once we get done plotting, that's it. Let's verify this, see if we have any errors. Okay, we got an error. Okay, so this is saying numerical expression expected here. I don't know why coming out of the dictionary they expect for this to be a number, but we need to clarify that what comes out of it is a string, as type string. Just for clarification, I know you have to do that for vectors all the time, but I haven't done as much with dictionaries. Another parentheses. Plot paint bar cannot specify not number of plots. That's because we need a name in here. We're gonna call this orange folder event. Okay, and then this will be red folder event. You know what? I guess on the same paint bar, you can't have more than one plot. I know if you are doing like an indicator, you can't define plot 1 twice with 2 different names. So I guess plot paint bar is the same way. Okay, well, it is what it is. I mean, normally I just do this. Normally I don't even put a name. So I was trying to be fancy for you guys. So if it bothers you that it doesn't have that name, then I mean, that's something you're gonna have to work out yourself, because I don't know what the answer is, because I don't normally do that. All right, so no errors there, no issues there. Let's go and add it to, I'll tell you what, let's add it back over here. This is the one that took us 6 minutes to load up, right? It took us 6 minutes to load this one up. So let's take off news bar over here, and then we're going to add whatever that one was. Practice news bar. Hit OK. All right, so do we have an error here? Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Let's see. Let's work through the logic here. If dnews dot contains bar key, then so all of these objects here should have a reference, because we said that we're not even coming down here until we do have a reference. We do have a reference. So this is not the issue. This is not the issue. This is not an object. SR closed there, and that's fine. Unless well, this should be fine to close because it was created earlier up here. So to be closed down here should not be an issue. That follows the sequential order of top to bottom. Okay. We did create the dictionary up here, dnews, new dictionary. We did that once. That's all that needs to happen. Once, while not sr.end of stream. Oh, token list. TL, token list. Token list needs to be declared too. It needs to be created. So TL equals new token list. Boom. Hit verify, come back over here, and then we're going to practice news bar, turn it back on. Fingers crossed. Boom. Yes. Your boy is good. Your boy is good. Okay. Now the only thing about this, the way I have it set up, and I have to think for a second to see if we could set it up a different way. But the way I have this set up is, and it's fine because what my plan is at the beginning of the week, I'm just going to go ahead and take all these events for the whole week, and I'll just go ahead and put them. I mean, like, matter of fact, I could do them now for the week coming. But I need to go ahead and put all these dates into the chart or into that file, right? Because so it'll have the information already in the dictionary, and as that bar is being created, it'll go ahead and plot it that color. It can't plot it. I don't know that it can plot anything ahead of time. The only way I'm thinking that you could do that is like with a vertical line. I don't know that you can plot anything in the future though. I don't think TradeStation does that kind of stuff. No, they don't, because I can remember even times before just drawing lines, drawing trend lines, trying to make a data point in the future, trying to make a, because for a trend line, you got to have 2 points. Or to draw a line, you have to have 2 points, beginning point, end point. And so if you accidentally make one of those points a time in the future, it'll say, that there's an error. You can't reference data into the future or something like that. So yeah, so we won't be able to see the candles we won't be able to see the candles ahead of time. But once they happen, or as they're happening, we'll be able to see them then. And that's useful. Every little bit to get us an edge is useful. Sure, would it be nice if there was one thing that we could employ that would just sweep the market and we just win every time? Sure, that'd be great. But until we find that, every little thing that we can do to find an edge is going to be useful. So now what I'm saying as far as plotting this is, once you set this up at the beginning of the day, as the bars come through, it'll plot that color as the bars come through. But if it's, say, 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now, and you go and you forgot to put a 10 o'clock news event, if you go and add 10 o'clock to this, it won't change it unless you refresh the study, you refresh the analysis technique. So, and I mean, that it doesn't go without saying, but if you make a change here, you need to save it, and then you need to go to your to your analysis technique and update it. Now, is there a way that I can? The only way to make it do it automatically is if this updated on every bar. If I had this whole thing run on every bar, and you saw it only took a second to run it all. So I technically could just have this run on every single bar, and that way if I made a change here or update, then it would catch it. It would catch it on every bar. But I don't need to do that because news events are not going to happen that often. I'll know what they are ahead of time typically, so I'll just put it in, and then it'll just run that way. So watch this. So if I put in now, if we say a news event happened right here, say a news event happened at 10:45, and I forgot to chart that. I put ESM 24, 124.05, 24, 10:45, and we'll say that it was a red candle event, and then I'll hit save. And now that I hit save, this didn't do anything. Right? It didn't do anything. But now if I go here and I've got too many studies on here. But if I go here and I turn off this this bar, turn it off, and then if I turn it back on, it should have captured that. It should have captured that. So let's see why it didn't capture that. I'm sure I just put something in wrong. Okay, I did save it. ESM 24, 124.05, 24, 10:45 R. You know what? Is it gonna I got a feeling that it's because it's a capital R. And if it's got to be lowercase, if it's case sensitive, then that's important for me to know, because that's something I did not know. Because typically I do like to put stuff in capital. So let's see. I like to capitalize stuff. Turn it off, turn it back on. Yep, it's case sensitive, right? So I'll write that down in my journal, that this has to be case sensitive. So, but unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever, this is not an actual news event. So I'll delete it. I'll save, come back here, and then when I refresh, it's gone, right? You see that though? 1 second, half a second, boom. No quicker than I can click the button. It processed all that information. It processed, open the chart, close the chart, painted the bars, all that. Whereas that other way that I had it, it took it 5 minutes. So yeah, that being said, let's just remove that other one from this altogether. What was it? I think I already removed it. Okay, but that's pretty much it for today, guys, gals. The only other thing that I'm kind of interested in is, like I said, today. Oh, I do need to show you one thing. When the market moved, look at that. When the market retraced to continue back up for a bit, you see how we have the spikes in the top side of the market. These are this is the ass size, the cumulative ass size of the market. It's not like, I guess it's just the immediate orders, not 2 levels, 3 levels deep, anything like that. This is just immediate orders. So yeah, we got a little bit of information there. A little bit of information from within the chart. Huge move there. Just saying that there's a lot of pressure on the top side of the market. Even though it's coming down, there's a lot of pressure on the top side of the market. And so then it came down, what, just 19, came down another point or two. And then started working its way back up. All right, but so those are some of the things I'll be looking at next week. And then also next week, I started, I looked at a timer. So I'm curious of, as the market moves down. So this timer is set up for every, I think it's every 3 seconds. No. Timer, trial, timer. Sure, I'm looking right at it. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Interval timer. That's what it's called. Edit easy language. Okay, so this timer is set up for 3,000 milliseconds or 3 seconds. So, oh no. Well, I didn't refresh it or anything. I didn't turn it off. All right, well, anyway, so I must have told it to do something. Not verified? I just said edit easy language. I didn't even, oh, you know what? I did click on this and clicked over here, so maybe that's just enough for it to. I don't know. But at any route, what I'm looking at next week is I want to see when we get wicks, when we get, you know, down wicks and up wicks and stuff like that. I want to see how long I'm going to use the timer because the timer can count in milliseconds. I want to see how long it takes for the market to move down versus up, or when it comes down and it starts kind of vacillating and just kind of moving sideways, creating a little bit of a accumulation before it moves back up. I want to time those kind of things and see like how much volume is down in that specific area, or so. I've got some ideas, but I can't really put them together yet. I wanted to see what it looked like on the chart before I kind of came up with a rough draft. So I'll be looking at that next week. And hopefully I've got some other good ideas that can add value to the chart. But that's it for me. This has been about an hour, and you know, it's been a good hour. It's been real, guys. I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.